broadcasting on Twitch and YouTube.
That's right. Mick 86 here, streaming on Twitch.
And Shadow
About to take
SRS.
care of some Cabal.
Shadow SRS on YouTube. And we are playing on the PS4. Destiny 2. For a team you are trying to join cannot be joined. Not completed. They have not completed the opening of the game. Okay. So I need to wait. So Mick continues the first part of the story.
I apologize for any of, if any, audio issues. My headset currently is messing up, but we'll get through it. It'll be alright.
I am in the European Dead Zone now. First explorable area in the game. And while I wait for Mick so we can continue the story, I will run around and just gather some resources and kill some Cabal and some Fallen.
Well, as you guys can see, I'm still at the beginning on the vacation time.
I thought I heard it.
And since we are live, we won't be on much tonight. It's because we have some content to go film. Follow us on YouTube. There will be hopefully some content up for you guys tomorrow. We'll be filming some stuff later on tonight, so we won't be spending too much time on here tonight. But I wanted to just at least get through this part. I'm a few days behind, you guys can tell. And I'm definitely not at the level that I made it to. So we thought we'd put in some work at least before we go off. Some work.
Oh, some melee me through my shield.
About to say, he better that.
That's the thing about now, like if you kill a certain enemy who just walk free roaming, they sometimes tend to drop crates with loot in them. And even people who didn't necessarily help you kill the people can still collect the rewards.
Traveler does wait.
Oh, punched in midair. It's always been my favorite part of Destiny, punching enemies out as a Titan. I've entered some area called the Salt Mines. Still getting familiarized myself with the map. I haven't really played much lately.
All my stuff better be in the vault, motherfuckers.
House of Judgment.
These house banners are rare on the ground these days. Between the Guardians and the Cabal, they've buried a lot
no,
of
I
old
should not have
grudges.
done that.
All four hands on deck.
What happened?
I went out the shield like when it was showing the missiles,
Oh, yeah.
where when you're with the Vala, I
Yeah.
activated my special. Okay, now I'm going to where the speaker resides.
The weapon systems are a lot different now from how they were in Destiny 1. Now pretty much anything that would have been like they could potentially have a one-shot kill, like shotguns and sniper rifles. And certain fusion rifles are now what do they call them now? Not even sure what they call them now. Oh, power weapons. They call them power weapons now
Pods landed on me.
instead of heavies.
Hey, you did too.
punched out a captain. What is that? What do I touch it? Nothing. I kind of figured. There's barriers. Little portals. Little energy barriers that don't allow you to go in certain parts of the map. Kind of reminds me of Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, okay.
Little energy fields that don't allow you to go into certain areas. Kind of like that. Oh, now I can't find my way back. Where did I come from? Oh, there we go.
So from my understanding, this guardian is the guardian from number 1, correct? The one who brought about the Age of Triumph?
Yes. Yeah,
And
you're the
he's
Teen
only
Titan.
referred to as the guardian?
Yeah. Which is
Because
actually
all other guardians
incorrect.
have
Yeah.
names?
No, they're all just referred to as Guardian. But I don't know how that works exactly. From my understanding, your Guardian doesn't necessarily have a name, and apparently, and my understanding was that the newer Guardians are also just referred to as Guardian. I just teleported.
They're
I
not
don't
like
even know where it
the guardians of old?
came. No, not from my
Where
understanding.
they had a name?
But I could be wrong. But technically, your Guardian should be referred to as Lord Guardian. Because in Destiny, remember, you become an Iron Lord during the Rise of
right.
Iron. Like Lord Saladin. They were all lords.
Right. So it may not be the
It's supposed to be,
Guardian
but
from-
they just I guess they just
Kinda
chose
messed up on
to.
that.
Yeah, I guess they just dropped the ball on that. Continuity error.
I remember doing this in the beta.
It might be different.
I might have.
Could potentially be different. It is the. It was the
No, wait,
beta.
I think I did.
I'm looking at a shard of the Traveler. Because you know how it's missing a piece of itself at the bottom piece. And there's a shard. Of it here. Let's see what's over there. Another little energy barrier. It's like lightning coming from the shard of the Traveler. I don't even know where I am. Dominus Skull. Nuts to this. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you either. Back up.
Some interesting data in these things. I think they came all the way from Venus with the old House of Winter.
What is that? What the hell is that thing?
Oh yeah, I remember this part.
Sweet. Loot crate. This is for the loot. Gathering resources right now. Back up. Bam, took that to connect. And where was that crate? I could have sworn I saw something there. Some resources around here somewhere. I imagine that. Oh, here it is.
Zavala.
Whoa, what the hell? Firebreaker field.
You can see your spirit come out.
Oh yeah,
Or the light at least.
Yeah. Charging stars. Back up, back up.
There we are.
I already.
That's just as good the second time around as it was in the beta.
Where is it? Fast.
Well, now I get to see a little bit more of the story now.
Sweet. Lost sector looted. Where am I? That way I can keep track. What I do like about Destiny now, though, is that now I feel like they're moving more into trying to make it more of a classic MMORPG. So I think people didn't necessarily get that it was supposed to be an MMORPG. And that's why more people gravitated towards the Crucible. And kind of ignored the story, because the story is there. The only problem is you gotta look for the story. Which a lot of people, I guess, didn't care for, because it didn't necessarily appeal, I feel, to traditional MMORPG fans, because it was structured a little bit more like a FPS. So FPS people that try to play it, I think it wasn't very appealing for them. So they kind of just gravitated more towards the Crucible, which is just based off the FPS part of it. It was more like Call of Duty. The Crucible was more reminiscent of Call of Duty.
Right.
So I think that's why people gravitated more towards that and didn't really delve too far into the story like people who play MMORPGs generally would.
Right. That's a good announcement. I never thought of that one. Here I am 2 days after the attack of the city. 2 days after the Age of Triumph has come to an end. Here down in the city. I guess that this would be at the foot of the tower.
Yeah. Well, inside the walls of the last city. Inside the walls of the last city, but definitely on the ground floor. Definitely not in the tower or anywhere high up.
So that's one thing I didn't understand from the first one. The last city was within the walls. It was just the tower was a spire where guardians resided.
Yeah.
So none of the regular citizens were up there.
No.
That's why it seemed like it was a lot less people.
Yeah.
Because you never go into the city.
Yeah, which would have been cool. I wish I would have done that.
I just feel like it wasn't clear, like, hey, the last city isn't just up here. These aren't the only people left. What's up here, or the people you see up here.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I mean, you kind of know, but it doesn't necessarily. It didn't emphasize it well enough. Which I do appreciate that now they're doing. They're restructuring the way the game is, getting it back to what it should have been, I think, or what they were aiming for with Destiny 1. Let's see if I can do another lost sector. They're kind of like dungeons for MMORPGs, kind of like at the beginning of. Do you remember at the beginning of well, like any MMORPG, like Star Wars: The Old Republic, where you can fight a specific boss. There's free roaming around, but if you kill him, you get certain loot.
Right.
And they're starting to do that more now too. And they're calling them lost sectors. But I do like to push more towards it being more like a MMORPG rather than just an FPS. Because Jesse, who's like a big FPS MMORPG person, like, it's one of the games that did appeal to him, but he felt that it was too much like he said from what he saw, it looked too much like Call of Duty for him. So that's why he never really got too into it. As for Elder Scrolls Online, he really got into because it was more of a traditional MMO.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit lost over here.
Got him.
Oh, okay.
Oh crap. Boss is gone, but the Azure still wasn't coming around. There we go. Let's see what I got.
Didn't make it seem like you'd be able to continue as the Guardian.
This one has a higher rate of fire. Nice. Let's map some of the stuff for the glimmer.
The outskirts 4 days after the attack. So I guess I've been running around for 2 days after waking up.
Oh, almost dismantled the wrong thing.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark with the renegade. Just dismantling some of my gear that I don't need, so I can not only make room for other stuff, but stack up on Glimmer.
I think I messed up.
Why is that?
All these beasts are coming after me.
One thing I don't like though about Destiny 2 is, I think I was telling you about this last time. In Destiny, the Firebreaker Titans, the ones that use the hammers, don't get their power from the Traveler. They actually get their power from the sun, which is
Right.
why they're seen as outsiders by by most of the Guardians and by the Vanguard, because they don't get their power from the Traveler. And
Right.
there's even on one of the Titan marks for when you first do the mission where you become a Firebreaker Titan, the Titan mark actually has a description that reads something along the lines of, were they were once flown as banners to show pride, and now they are a sign of rebellion.
Yeah.
And the only people who still are Sunbreaker Titans are disciples of Osiris, who is he's an exiled warlock. And only his followers are now Sunbreakers. So that's why they're seen as
That tends to
outsiders.
happen between like games that are multi-part. You know, sagas tend to have some continuation errors, and people, I guess, change their minds, and it kind of sucks. That's one thing that always bothers me when you have a big long saga and you don't have a continuation, or you have things that like are obvious conflicts with the previous, you know, established story.
Yeah.
So I'm a big, I agree with that point a lot. Where
The continuity errors do bother me a bit, because there is some. There's a couple. There's more than definitely a few. Which is like, especially people who are big fans of the lore are kind of like upset about that. Yeah, I know they're. Well, I hope they're structuring it better, but still continuing with the original ideas that they had. But at the very least, don't switch it up entirely. Because that's a bit of an oversight, because that came with the Taken King. That stuff wasn't introduced in the original Destiny.
right.
The Sunbreaker Titan storyline starts with the Taken King. So they had more than enough time to incorporate that into this. And the director of Destiny for the Taken King was Luke Smith, who was also the person spearheading Destiny 2. So he could have, if he wanted to, incorporated that into the story for Destiny 2.
I just forgot.
Which does happen,
Like,
unfortunately.
well, people will get over.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
The light fades away, so the darkness no longer consumes you. Light fades away.
Yeah, no longer says the darkness consumes you. In the wrong way. Oh, bastards. They overwhelmed me. Well, it is past 9 already. It's 9:26.
Okay. So here at the end of this, what appears to be the first, introduction part of Destiny 2, we are going to probably log off, and we'll try to bring you more content as soon as possible, as fast as possible. And we're working on some stuff tonight, so we will have to let you go. Luckily, I got to finish my introduction to Destiny 2.